Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Throttle Grotto and the E30 project. For those of you that are new, so the E30 project has been going on for an embarrassingly long time. Just a quick recap: the the M20 B23 that was in it never wanted to run right. After throwing a lot of parts at it, I decided to rip it out and put it on Marketplace. And I sold it. I sold the engine. I sold it for $500 with the transmission, which, to get it all out of my hair was worth it. So I had a clean slate going into the E30 project all over again. So some of you are going to be very angry at what I've done. Some of you will understand. And some of you may have already thrown your phone and broken it and won't get to watch the rest of the video. What have I done? Let's go take a look. All right, so this is what we've got. This is the 1.8 liter four-cylinder M42 engine from a 91 318 IS. I got it mostly complete. I think the only things I really had to buy were a couple of radiator hoses. I picked up a new radiator. I still need a shroud for that. But came with pretty much everything else. It's got about 125,000 miles on the engine, so not too bad. Had to do a few things already, like I had to open up the hole here for the ECU plug. It's a little bit larger. I bought an adapter to go from the fuse box to the C101 plug from Race German, and it came with some extra wires that I need to wire tap in and hook up. I think the car will run without this stuff, but and then I have to make an exhaust or a downpipe to match up to the exhaust I have, because finding exhaust parts for this is a little difficult. And I got to finish mounting up the airflow sensor. It mounts a little bit different in this car because the bracket is here instead of back here like it is on the later cars. A few things to do. I'm waiting for a gasket for the oil filter housing, because it seemed like it was leaking pretty bad, and from what I've read, that's a pretty common place to leak from. It's not too bad once you have the alternator out of the way. It's just 6 bolts. The flange pops off of there. So it's a 135 horsepower engine. Not gonna rip anybody's face off with this thing, but hey, if it runs and drives, we're already better off than we were 6 months ago, because it didn't run and drive at all. Oh, the other thing I need, idle air stabilizer. Don't have one of those. So, and then I need a drive shaft and some stuff underneath the car, but I've got that stuff lined up. I've just got to go pick it up. All right, so why did I put a 4-cylinder in place of a 6-cylinder? Well, 2 reasons. One is cost. I'm trying to find an M20 in the Pacific Northwest. I was having no luck at all. $1,500, $2,000 for an M20 with questionable history. Finding 150, 200,000 mile engines. Just did not want to spend that much money, plus all of the maintenance parts and everything else that I would have to do in order to make the engine go in and be up to date. So cost was a big one. I basically rolled what I sold the M24 to get the M42, and throwing a few more parts at it to get it in and running and driving will be a huge relief. So have I completely tanked the value of my E30 by putting an M42 in it? Most likely. It would be worth way more with an S50, S52, whatever. But it's like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 more on top of where I'm at now to do the swap. And I've got the 928 that needs to get done. I need to figure out what's going on with the 300, where I'm going to go with that. And like both of those projects are going to eat up a lot more money and time and room. And getting that E30 moving and driving so that it's not just a paperweight in the alley is a huge plus. If I want to change it later, there's nothing that says I can't. I can also just sell the car as a running and driving car and move it on down the road and let it be someone else's problem. So it's definitely worth more. Running, driving, moving into its own power, starting, stopping, all that stuff. That's the goal. The goal is just to get that car usable. Have I ruined the E30 completely? No. Did I ruin it short term? I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Let me know in the comments below. And like always, until next time, get out there and work on something.